What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut, and today we are going to discuss the Zdeno Chara trade, which occurred back on June 23rd in the year 2001. Now, at the time of the trade, and probably within the 5 years after the trade, this would have been known as the Alexei Yashin trade. Now, what do I mean by that? So basically, the trade was the Ottawa Senators trading away Alexei Yashin to the New York Islanders in exchange for 3 assets. Now, Yashin was the captain of the Ottawa Senators, but prior to the 99-2000 season, he had basically demanded a pay raise for the 3rd time within the 5 years. Now, at this point, the Senators were fed up with this. They're like, you know what, we've given you pay raises twice. I think enough is enough. You shouldn't be demanding a pay raise. Your contract's over at the end of the season. So they stripped him of his captaincy, and he ends up getting suspended for most of the 99-2000 season. Now, he would return for the 2000-2001 season, but he was booed in every stadium he played in, which included Ottawa. As a result, after the 2000-2001 season, he was a free agent. And Ottawa, well, they were just fed up with the situation, so they wanted to get rid of him, but they knew they could get assets for him. So, as a result, they would send him packing to the New York Islanders in exchange for 3 assets. So, just for the heck of it, let's get the Islanders out of the way first. So they got center Alexei Yashin, and Yashin quickly signed a massive 10-year, $87.5 million deal. Now, keep in mind, this is in 2001, so it was a big deal. And he had a strong first year in New York, as he would score 32 goals and had 43 assists. Now, in the 02-03 season, he kind of regressed a little bit, scoring 26 goals with 39 assists. And then he really regressed in the 03-04 season, where he only scored 15 goals with 19 assists. However, he was dealing with injuries for most of the season. Now, there was no season in the 04-05 due to a lockout, and then 05-06 saw him actually get promoted to the role of captain. Now, he would continue to underwhelm, and he ended that year with 28 goals and 38 assists. The next season, he once more underwhelmed, and he would score only 18 goals, adding 32 assists. Now, due to his performance and a lot of questions about his effort and the lack of effort, he actually ends up getting bought out after the 06-07 season. So not the biggest positive trade for the Islanders. Now, what did the Ottawa Senators get? So the first asset that they got was defenseman Zdeno Chara. And right off the bat, Chara put together a career offensive year in his first year in Ottawa, scoring 10 goals and 13 assists. He proved to be a great player when it came to shooting slap shots, and this led to him getting power play time. He would continue to improve in the 02-03 season as he ended the year with 9 goals but 30 assists. The following season, 03-04, he scored 16 goals and added 25 assists. He had another strong season in the 05-06 season as he scored 16 goals and added 27 assists. Now, after that year, he would walk as a free agent. Of course, he went to Boston, and the rest is history. In Ottawa, though, he was a one-time All-Star. Now, Ottawa also got right wing Bill Muckalt. And Muckalt spent one underwhelming season in Ottawa, tallying 8 assists across 70 games before he walked as a free agent. Lastly, they also got a 2001 first-round pick, which was the 2nd overall pick in that draft, and with that pick, they would select center Jason Spezza. Now, Spezza would make his NHL debut in the 02-03 season, and in that year, he would score 7 goals and added 14 assists over 33 games. Now, in the 03-04 season, he would get more of a full-time role, and he scored 22 goals with 33 assists. In the 05-06 season, he actually would net a career-high 71 assists while scoring 19 goals. Now, he put together a group of impressive years after this, scoring 34 goals with 53 assists in the 06-07 season, followed by 34 goals with 58 assists in the 07-08 season, and then he would put together a 32-goal, 41-assist campaign in the 08-09 season. He did slightly start to regress after that, as he would score 23 goals with 34 assists in the 09-10 season, and then 21 goals, 36 assists in the 10-11 season. Now, he would match his career high in goals with 34, as well as recording 50 assists in the 11-12 season. Now, the 12-13 season, he would only play 5 games, unfortunately, and then the 13-14 season, he put together a 23-goal, 43-assist performance. Now, he would get traded after this season, but he was a great player when he was healthy, but unfortunately, he was almost always hurt. So he gets traded to Dallas along with another player for 4 assets. So the first one that we get is right wing Alex Yashin. Now, he would serve as a solid bottom 6 forward for 2 years, recording 19 goals with 21 assists over that time frame. Now, he ends up getting traded as the two sides could not agree to a contract, and he is traded to the Calgary Flames in exchange for defenseman Patrick Seeloff. Now, Seeloff, he immediately was surrounded by controversy as right off the bat, he would injure teammate Clark McAllister in training camp as he hit him in the head, which led to a concussion, and MacArthur was never really the same player after that hit. Now, he spent most of his 1.5-year stint in the AHL, where he would spend a single game at the NHL, and he did score a goal. Now, he ends up getting traded because they were just fed up with him. He gets traded to Anaheim for right wing Brian Gibbons. Now, Gibbons would have 6 goals with 8 assists over 20 games and a half season before walking as a free agent. So now back up to this trade here. So Ottawa also got left wing Nick Paul. So Nick Paul would bounce between the AHL and the NHL for 4 seasons before becoming a mainstay at the NHL level. And in his time in Ottawa so far, he has 18 goals with 30 assists over 168 games. Now that's again all at the NHL level. We also have wing Alexander Guptill. Now Guptill spent 2 years bouncing around the system before leaving. Lastly, we have a 2015 second round pick, which would become the 42nd pick. Now they would trade this pick to the New Jersey Devils in exchange for the 36th pick. With the 36th pick, they would select right wing Gabriel Gagner. Now Gagner, he spent parts of 3 years in the system, making his way from the ECHL to the AHL before he was traded away to the Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for left wing Morgan Klimchuk. Now, Klimchuk spent 1.5 years in the AHL before walking. So that's what Ottawa got. That's what New York got. How did the other teams involved do? We will start with the Dallas Stars, who got center Jason Spezza. Now, Spezza put together a solid 5-year tenure in Dallas, scoring a combined 81 goals while adding 147 assists over that time frame for the team. Now, his suspect defense, though, did follow him to Dallas, and that kind of hurt him in his value. Now, he would walk after the 18-19 season. They also got right wing Ludwig Karlsson. Now, Karlsson spent 1 year bouncing between the AHL and the ECHL before being traded away. We will not be discussing that trade. Next, we get the New Jersey Devils, who got a pair of draft picks. So with the 42nd pick in the 2015 draft, they would select goaltender Mackenzie Blackwood. And Blackwood stepped in as a backup goaltender in the 18-19 season before taking over the starting job during the 19-20 season. And then he would maintain it into the 2021 season. He has solid career stats as he currently has a 46 win, 41 loss, and 12 overtime/shootout loss record to go with a 2.83 goals against average and a .911 save percentage. So not bad. He still has room to grow. And then they also got a 2016 third round pick, which would become the 73rd overall selection. With that pick, they would go with right wing Joey Anderson. Now, Anderson recorded 8 goals and added 5 assists across 52 games over 2 years before he was traded away. We will not be discussing that trade. Next, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs, who got right wing Gabriel Gagner. Now, Gagner, he spent a single half season at the AHL level before walking as a free agent. Then we have the Calgary Flames, who got right wing Alex Yashin. And Yashin, he had 12 goals with 12 assists in a single season for Calgary, where he was once more a bottom 6 forward before he walked as a free agent. Lastly, we have the Anaheim Ducks, who got defenseman Patrick Seeloff. And he spent 1.5 years in the AHL for the Ducks, but he did not do much for the team, and then he would walk. So that was the Zdeno Chara trade. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good rest of your day.